And now to Washington and the partial government shutdown, which is now the longest in history. Negotiations between President Trump and congressional Democrats appear frozen. It's not just the furloughed federal workers who are feeling the financial strain, but also, as we've been reporting, businesses as well. And that's also true for commerce at the shipping ports, airports, and on the road. Contessa Brewer is in New Haven, Connecticut.
On land, in the air, and at sea, worries are growing over the federal government's shutdown and the potential for serious problems.
Clearly, some of the questions have been posed to me by some of our customers, our shippers, retail associations. There is a concern with regard to the impacts of a shutdown.
At the nation's second busiest port in Long Beach, California, federal employees for Customs and Border Protection and the Coast Guard are showing up, but they're not getting paid.
And we've learned some 300 ships are stuck at sea, unable to come into U.S. ports because of a technicality. You see, they're supposed to carry what's called a certificate of financial responsibility, essentially proof of insurance they can be responsible should something dire happen. And the Coast Guard has clearly listed on its website it's not processing those applications right now.
Global supply chain giant C.H. Robinson says the slowdowns aren't significant, but points out shippers aren't getting duty refund payments. Companies excluded from tariffs aren't seeing those exclusions recognized, so they're still paying and waiting for reimbursement. Without federal safety inspections, some ships can't refuel in harbor, costing them between 12 and 48 hours in delays.
Our industry runs very tightly logistically, and time is money, and you know, it may cost one owner X amount and may cost another owner X amount, and across the industry it's going to have an impact.
Domestic freight isn't seeing a slowdown because the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is funded by the Highway Trust Fund, not the DOT budget. Federally chartered Amtrak remains up and running, funded through traveler revenue. But air passengers are seeing a slowdown at security checkpoints as TSA reports double the number of sick calls over the weekend, causing some closures in Miami and Houston. And air traffic controllers are suing President Trump over the shutdown. FAA safety inspectors are furloughed.
I'm out here because I wanted to raise public awareness and let the public know that there is no safety oversight, and let the public make their decisions as to whether or not they want to fly.
Even if the government opens tomorrow, there's a backlog. These agencies will need to play catch up, so the logjam won't disappear the moment the government shutdown ends. And right now, there's no end in sight. For Nightly Business Report, Contessa Brewer, New Haven, Connecticut.